quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Making the catch is Sternberger. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He's coming. We got double up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. On the return, here's Agnew. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
Check. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Shoot! Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Hey, take 26. Watch out. Alert 3.
Johnson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Tight end's right. We got 4.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Don't let him breathe!
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers going to throw. And this is caught by Watkins.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
No. 319! 15, check back 15. I got it. Back one. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, exit. 50. 319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Open man is Galladay, complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check three. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. No. Plant.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
James has got it, complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Switch. Boom. Motion. Hey, check that. Live. Get hands on motion.
Throwing is Rodgers. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll drop the throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
And it's 3rd down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Packers nothing.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
He'll get this one to Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Switch! Showing up!
On first down, Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Get 300. 80 weapon.
Now it's Rodgers. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Rodgers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Watch it. Check. Lucky. Check. Fresno. Box it.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Over.
From the 27, Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up,
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Get the ball right here. Let's go. Hey, 88.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
X3, 218, chop. Big rip.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready. 60 or. Mike, 54. All day, dog. Go.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
She's not going to get me.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's going to be a long day. Shoot.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? This is caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Man, I got you. Run. Move. 51 to Mike.
To throw again, Rodgers. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Ready? 18 Gator. Hey, pick your game up. Recon, 132 fighter.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Jump out! Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Travis Fulgham. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
319. Target. Hey. 319.
On third down, Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Not that time for Watkins. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Rock it.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ready. Double dog, that's the way. Greystone, Travis. 51, Mike 51. Let's go. Switch. Under 10.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. Here we go. Clear. General West. Deep grip.
This is Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Here we go. 30 base. I'm coming for you, son. Switch. Go out. Kill. Leo. Get.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch the slant.
Here's Rodgers. He's got Watkins on the out route. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. Jim. Motion.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Rodgers. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
158. 44.
In your face.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's him carry for Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
26. Max 50. I'm here all day. Slant. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
Rodgers now to throw. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Complete to Travis Fulgham. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
No. 319. Check. Watch the slant. Slip it down.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. He was looking for Watkins that time. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son.
It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. of 40 yards.
A gain of 40 yards. And a Packer first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back now at Ford Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, lock it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here we go. Set. 90. Wolf. Cut.
2nd and 6. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Protein spill. Check. Ready.
Now Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They're going to look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Unsuccessful pass on 3rd down, but at least you got 3 points here in your hip pocket.
Yeah, and I would take it from my hip pocket and put it right on the shoe of my kicker and go get those 3 points. This isn't even a discussion to me. This is a chance to take the lead after a good drive. Do it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Defense wins championships, baby. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now. Going to throw again. Catch made by Fulgham. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man is Galladay, complete. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Check nickel. Boom. Safety creep.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Rush in. 49, check 49. Box it.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
44's the mic.
Rodgers now on 1st down. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his left. And the ball is knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rodgers throwing here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Go. Mike 50, Mike.
To throw is Rodgers. That's to Fulgham, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, take 26.
Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Rodgers looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. Going deep here for Watkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Lions, it's a 2nd win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.